Hello, and it's day 15
of the 29th year and beyond.
So, one of the things that we wanted to address is crisis, tragedy. Those things will happen. Sometimes they may happen early in your marriage. Sometimes it'll be later. But make no mistake, you're going to have those opportunities where you're going to have to be able to endure tragedies and crisis.
And that is true. Some tragedies that we have endured is the loss of your father, the loss of both my grandmothers, the loss of a cousin that I was very dear to, the loss of several cousins that you were dear to, aunts and uncles. Also loss of jobs, businesses. We've talked about that before. Just anything.
And the thing that really want to stress, as you are mindful that these opportunities are coming, not if they come, but when they come. See, this is where it doesn't matter how gorgeous you are. This is where it doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank. The material things of life really don't come into play. When you have to deal with tragedies, you have to be willing to journey together. And that's where all of the emotional support really needs to be present. As you go along your journey, you need to be mindful of making deposits into that bank account, because that will be an account that you can and will draw from. And so you don't want there to be insufficient funds.
Agreed. I know for us, we really were not completely prepared for when Dad passed. And although he was sick for a minute, when we got the message from God that it was going to be short, we made the decision to do everything together. However, when it came time for Fred's father to transition, he had to go up earlier because it was a process that he was going through and he wanted to see him before he passed. And he went up and he was there, and it lingered for a minute.
Well, I was there a week before my dad actually transitioned, but I couldn't go up as a son. I couldn't go up as a brother. I had to go up to minister to my family, and that week was so draining. There was so many emotional highs and lows. In the midst of it, I did not have the opportunity to grieve because I was in ministry mode. But when it came time for my wife to come up, she was everything I needed. I literally collapsed into her because the weight of everything was so tremendous and overwhelming. But if we had not had those deposits made in that emotional bank account, there would have been nothing for me to draw against.
Nothing at all. And we were so emotionally in sync with one another, even though I was here in Georgia and he was in Washington, D.C., I could feel his pain. And so when I got there and I saw his face and he just sort of collapsed in my arms at the airport, I felt every ounce of pain that he was going through. But that's all came from us having a really, really good connection with one another, praying together, worshiping together, talking about the hard things all the time. There was nothing that was, should I say, a taboo subject for us.
So, and that's one of the foundational things. Gail and I pray together every day. And that's something, your faith is something that will definitely sustain you, but make certain that tragedies will arise. There will be crises that will occur. And it's not going to be the material things. It's not going to be the external things. It's going to be the internal things. It's going to be the things that really, really, really get you through it. So I thank God for you, my dear.
Love you.
Be prepared, because they will be coming. But as long as you're able to endure it together, you will be able to weather any storm.